How are we doing today? Nice to see you. Today, we're just doing a video response to a viewer's question. Basically, the question was, how do you get your video to look clean, get out of auto mode, and light your video? And this is a really quick tutorial on that. Definitely not all encompassing. These are the lights that I use for my main lights. And this is my accent lighting that I use in the background. Inexpensive, easy to use LED lights. So basically, I have them set up on my computer bench right where I do my videos. And you can see I have a hair light and a main light, and these are the accent lights. Now you can use these little wee lights for main lights if you really want to, but here's the basic setup. So I have window light coming in from my left. I have my camera set to slight angle. I have my key light coming in front to the right, and I have the hair light in the back coming in at an angle, and then the two accent lights in the back. Now I run the hair light at a very low lighting level. Your key light is obviously going to be your highest level of light, and that's how you're going to adjust your camera by your lighting. So basic rule, you want to be at, if you're shooting at 24 frames a second, you want to be at 50 on your shutter speed, and go ahead and have your aperture open as wide as you can. We're not worried about serious depth of field here. You want to have your ISO as low as possible. 200 is great, 400 is good, 800 not bad, 1600, it's about as high as I would go, especially for a clean video. Well, we'll go with 200 here. So you can see I'm lighting this cup up here with these wee lights, and I'm going to get my camera set up to show you where we're at for our exposure. So I'm at 53.5 on my aperture, and I'm at 200 for my ISO. And you can see that I'm slightly underexposed. So I'm going to bump that ISO up to 400. And there you go. I want to be just a little under the center. You want to watch out for hot spots too. If it's really hot, then you're going to want to dial back your lighting or your ISO. But 400 is a good number. That'll work. These wee lights are pretty cool because you can set the temperature with them. And that's another thing you really need to worry about, is your temperature of your room as far as lighting color. But anyway, look what happens when we turn off the lights. We have to bump it up to 6400 ISO to get the same exposure that we were getting with 400. And guarantee you that picture is not going to look all that great. So lights make a big difference. So while this thing is going through, these wee lights, as I was saying before, are pretty cool because you can set your accent lighting up to really any color you want. So while I play with these lights in the background, I'll talk about color temperature a little bit. So when you're setting up your camera, you want to set your temperature of your camera. Auto will work, it's okay, but you're better off if you can set everything at a consistent temperature. Say 5300, 4800, whatever you want, whether you want a cool scene or a warm scene. It's really going to depend on what you set your color temperature at. And that's a whole nother video, but just know that you can custom set your white balance for a color temperature. And these lights can be color temperature set, especially these wee lights. These wee lights are really programmable, and you can get them dialed in pretty good. So, because sometimes when you're making a video and you get like that weird color tone, everything's either orange or really blue or just not natural looking, and that is your color temperature. That is your white balance. So white balance is a good thing to get right out of the gate. Anyway, that's really the way to set up your camera. It's not too bad. It's quick, it's easy. This is definitely not all encompassing, but give it a try. Keep that ISO low. Keep your shutter speed at half of what you're double what you're filming at. So if you're filming at 60p, you're going to want your shutter speed at 120. If you're filming at 24, you want it at 50. If you're filming at 30, you're going to want it at 60. Simple rules. All right. I hope this helps. Thanks for stopping in.